Hello everyone. This is the Lattice Puzzle by, well, I got it from PuzzleMaster. I think they made it, and it was on a Kickstarter campaign recently, and I finally got my hands on it. And I started playing around with it, and the first thing I noticed was, oh, this is pretty easy. And it was supposed to be hard, so did I do something I'm not supposed to, or did I get lucky? So I was trying to see if I had the correct solution, and I looked it up on YouTube, and I found that the PuzzleMaster solution was incredibly convoluted and pretty much impossible to memorize, uh, especially putting it back together. So I noticed in the comments that other people had found a better way, but we needed a video for that, so here it is. I assume this is what other people have been finding, but I'll show you how I did it, and you can have fun doing it at home as well. So just one warning here, maybe a spoiler alert. The very first move sort of reveals the, we'll call it the trick. So if you don't want a spoiler, don't even watch the beginning here, because as soon as I pull one piece out, you'll know how to pull them all out. So it's not complex. It's just really easy. You see it, you're done. It can't be unseen. So without further ado, let's start taking this thing apart, and then I'll show you how to put it back together. So you can either start like this. I'm going to call these rows, and these are columns. This, from your perspective, it looks like a matrix like that with rows and columns. So you could either start from this side or from this side, but you really have no way of knowing what's the difference. I mean, I could try to tell you what these pieces look like and have you start from the same side, but it really doesn't matter, because we're going to be finding by trial and error which piece comes out first. There's really 4 possibilities. So when I'm trying these out, I'm looking at the 2 middle rows. So this piece and this piece. These won't come out easily because they're intersected at 3 places. These are intersected only at 1 place, so they're almost coming out already. See? And there's the same thing on the other side. So here it's 2 columns, so we'll just turn it so that they're rows. And these 2, see how they almost come out? See? So it's not these, it's the one of these 2 can come out. So no matter how the puzzle is set up, I don't know if it's always the same way when you get it, but there's several ways of putting it back together. So it doesn't matter if you already did it and put it back together some other how, or if, for all I know, they don't even come assembled the same way for everyone. So it doesn't matter. One of those 2 will come out immediately, or one of these 2 will come out immediately. How do I get it out? Well, I'm going to try all 4. So lift up this first column, and then grab the one you want to try, and nope, this one doesn't come out. Lift up the last column, grab the other one here. Oh, look at that. This one comes out just like that. Once I did that, guess what? This one here also going to come out. Just grab it like that. Boom, it's out. Once you've taken these 2 out, you can just turn the puzzle, and then you can take out these 2. Same trick. Now that they don't have the intersecting columns that we already got out, see, they're almost coming out as well. So if you pull up this guy, this one might come out. It does. Always one of the 2 comes out right away. And then if you lift up this column, I can grab this one and take it out as well. So if that doesn't work for you, turn the puzzle around, try the other 2 rows. One or both of them will come out just as easy as that, no matter how it was set up. So you're left with what I call the box. The box is really easy to take apart. You can sort of do the same trick here. Lift up one column and then just twist the other out. And like that. And then the other one as well. Just real easy. There we go. So if you want to keep it simple, well, you could just set them up like this to remember that these came out first, and this is this middle box, and then you just put it back the same way you took it apart by just repeating the steps in reverse. But that's too difficult to remember. You're not going to want to try to memorize this layout in order to put them back in reverse, and you're not going to want to have to come back to this video to see this frame and find how to set them up so that you can follow me exactly. I'm going to tell you how to put it back together even if they're all jumbled up. So even if they're upside down, flicked around, doesn't matter. No matter how you ended up in this situation, let's start from here, and you'll easily be able to remember it as well. What you have to realize is that there's 3 pairs of pieces that are identical, and we want to take those out immediately. So these 2 are the same. So we'll put these over here. This, let me find 2 more that are the same. There are 3 pairs. So this one, nope, not this one. Not this one. Oh, here we go. These 2 are the same. Put these over here. And finally, I think these 2 are the same. Yeah, these 2 are the same. So we got 3 pairs. 1, 2, 3. And these are not pairs, they're unique. So the way to remember this is that the 2 unique ones are the last ones to be put back in on their side. So for, there was 2 rows that we took out at first. So one of them is a unique piece. It's this piece. And the other 2 rows that go the other direction from the middle of the puzzle, the last piece to put in is the other unique one. Doesn't matter which one, but I mean these 2 are the last 2 of their row, the last one of their pair of rows in the middle. So we'll put those aside. So which of these form the box? Well, the way I remember it is that it's not this one. These are easy to remember. They're easy to recognize no matter how they're, you can flip them around no matter what. You easily spot them because they have 3 of the same slots right next to each other. So these 3 slots, these are the other middle pieces that go with the unique pieces in one direction. So we'll keep those aside. And these are the ones that form the box. Now, how do we make the box? Well, what you have to know is that each pair are opposite of each other. So if this is the top of the box, like this, then this is the bottom of the box, but flipped around. So if you start like this and you want to create the box, well, you just flip it around like this, and that's the bottom of the box. Same thing for the other one. You start like this, and the other one, flip it around, and it goes here. That's your box. Now, you do have to respect a couple of rules here when making this box to start with. First of all, obviously, you have to be able to, when you bring them back upright, they have to be interlocking. Okay? So you could have been in this situation, had I set them up like this to start with and said, find the opposite and just turn it around like this, well, you would have ended up in this impossible situation here. So in which case, just flip them around. Now they intersect. The second rule you have to respect is that the same size slots don't go next to each other. So this box won't yield a correct setup at the end. So what do? Twist this around, twist this around. Now let's try it. Now see, they're not the same size. Got a long slot and a short slot. Now we can just finish the box. And to put in the last one, we just lift it up here and slide it in diagonally, just like this. Now the entire box is done, and as you can see, there's never 2 slots of the same size. I'm trying to show you that, it's not easy, that are next to each other. Now there's several ways it could end up, but it doesn't matter. If you respected all those rules, so the slots of different size next to each other, and it actually forms a box, it's good. It's going to work. The rest is going to work. Doesn't matter if it's upside down. Doesn't matter if it's this way or this way. It's pretty much symmetrical at this point. Now, when putting back the middle rows, we always start with, so this is the, horizontal, and this is the vertical. But it doesn't matter, but we're gonna do it in that order. So always start with the one with 3 slots that are the same size. And when we put it in, make sure that the slots are open at the top, because we're going to be putting in more in the other direction after. So you lift up one opposite end, and slide it in diagonally and just drop it in like that. Now, what you have to see is, what did we create? Did we create a reasonable opening? Now you see, I can tell you that this one doesn't go there. That's one of the rare cases that doesn't work, because the two slots are not the same size. So when I put this one in, see this slot here is not the same size as this slot here. So it's not going to work. In that case, what do? We will turn it this way and put it in this way. Now, see this one here that we put in is the same size as this one. This will work. From now until the end, you really can't get anything wrong, as long as you start it this way. So now put in this second piece on the other row that we're missing. Once again, always keep the slots towards the top. Lift the opposite end, put it in diagonally. Boom, it's in. Now you see this area here? This line here has 3 of the same distance slots at the bottom here. So this piece will fit perfectly here. So we'll start by putting that in. This time they go with the slots downward. And we lift up the opposite end, slide it in like that, and it goes in. And we turn it around, and then lift it up, and slide it in like that, and boom, puzzle is done. There you go. Simple as that. If you want to see it in full speed, why not? Do it. This is how fast you can really take this apart if you know how to do it. Lift this up, and this way is next. No, this way. Wanted to do it fast for you, and now look what's happening. Can't get it done fast at all. Oh, it's a bit fidgety if you start by this end. There we go, finally. And like this, and then like this, like this. And when you put it back together, well, click, click, and then click, and click. This, like this, and like this. Easy peasy. So once you get used to it, it's real quick to do. You're real quick to do. You don't even have to remember how it was set up the first time. And you can easily get it back together and impress all your friends and tell them you easily figured out a level 10 difficulty puzzle. I don't think it's really a level 10 unless you sort of decide that you're not allowed to do that diagonal move. I guess you could make it more difficult by just saying, all right, I'm not allowed to do this. Well, if you're not allowed to do that, well, I think you need to revert to the official solution, if we can call it that, and then you'll have a seriously hard time. So good luck with that, and bye for now.